Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are opening up the file on a name that seems to be smack dab in the middle of all of Hollywood's biggest dramas right now, Odessa A'zion.
I mean, it feels like she just popped up out of nowhere, right? But somehow she's connected to some of the most talked about celebrities on the entire planet.
For starters, she's the co-star in a rumored on-set feud with none other than Timothée Chalamet.
Then you've got her as a subject of that now deleted, very intimate video with Billie Eilish, which, sent relationship rumors into a complete frenzy. And, oh yeah, let's not forget, she's the ex-girlfriend Jaden Smith took to prom, a relationship he later called toxic. So how does one person connect all these crazy dots? All right, let's dive in and figure this out.
So, our investigation has to start with the most recent headlines, right? The ones involving her Marty Supreme co-star and the really conflicting stories about what was going on between them.
It all kind of kicked off with these anonymous tips hitting the gossip sites back in November 2024. These blind items were painting this picture of some serious tension on set. The rumor was that Chalamet was making her life miserable after she, supposedly, turned him down.
But then you look at what Odessa has said publicly, and it's nothing but praise. She's called him an incredible scene partner, said he totally exceeded her expectations, so you have a complete 180-degree contradiction between the private rumors and what she's saying out loud.
And of course, in the middle of all this chaos and these conflicting reports, the internet did what the internet does best, and it dug up some truly, memorable online commentary about Chalamet.
But, this kind of intense public spotlight is really nothing new for Odessa. In fact, if we look back, there's a really clear pattern of these high-profile connections that started way before her recent fame.
Her first really big public romance was with Jaden Smith. It started with that prom day in 2018, but it all ended about a year later with some very public allegations of cheating.
And later on, Odessa talked about that experience of just completely losing herself in a relationship. A reflection that a lot of people believe was about her time with Jaden.
And then came this very public, very intense friendship with Billie Eilish. It was all fueled by a video that Billie herself posted in November 2023 of them making out, which she then, very quickly deleted. The two of them were looking super cozy at big events like Coachella, which led a lot of fans to connect the dots and start speculating that Eilish's huge hit Lunch was actually written about Odessa.
And that brings us to what might be the most confusing connection of them all. This long-term, really hard-to-define relationship with Outer Banks star Drew Starkey. This one has the internet detectives working overtime. See, for over 3 years, they've seemed totally inseparable. They travel together, she spends holidays with his family. But at the same time, sources claim he's actively on dating apps, and that Odessa herself has denied they're even a couple. What is going on there? Online sleuths are just completely baffled. You've got theories ranging from them being platonic soulmates to it being a deeply one-sided love. It really all just begs the question, how does one person consistently end up at the center of all these high-profile and, let's be honest, often dramatic circles? While the answer to that question might not be hiding in the gossip columns, but actually in her family tree. She might not use her family's famous last name, but trust me, her Hollywood roots, they run incredibly deep. Odessa's mother is the acclaimed actress, writer, and producer Pamela Adlon. And Pamela Adlon's power in the industry is just immense. Even if you don't recognize the name right away, I guarantee you absolutely know her work from some of the most iconic shows that span decades. Her whole family is embedded in the industry. We're talking her father, a director, her grandfather, a writer-producer, and her sister Gideon, who's also an actress. So, when you actually piece it all together, Odessa A'zion isn't some overnight success story. Nope, she's the product of a true Hollywood dynasty.
Knowing her background, it just reframes the entire narrative, doesn't it? The whole string of high-profile relationships and career moves suddenly seems a lot less random. And it leaves us with that final, really essential question. Is she a calculated industry plant, leveraging these deep connections? Or is she just a quirky, talented person trying to navigate the wild world she was literally born in?